Hello, social media. Welcome to Meaningful Conversations Live with your host, Beata. And we meet every Tuesday at noon Mountain Standard Time. And why I created Meaningful Conversations? Because I noticed that we really, especially now, we seek more meaning in life, and we don't notice that the person next to us, the change maker that I bring to you, but it could be your neighbor, it could be your family member or friend, they have stories that can help you find meaning and inspire transformation. Today I have one of that person. I have that wonderful, beautiful lady that inspires me to reach higher, to go farther, to be more confident and go after my dreams. And who is she? My guest today is Ichko Batmunkh. Did I pronounce it well? I always ask that question. So Ichko, she is a purpose coach, life coach, mindset coach. She's a wonderful human, first of all. And she came across the ocean from Mongolia. And when she started her life in United States, it was different. And I don't want to talk for her, but I want her to tell us how she was able to find the confidence, how she was able to unleash her strength in this strange country, because it was strange, same for me when I came from Poland, and how she could turn her struggles into the success that she is sharing with other women these days. Ichko, welcome to the show.
Oh my gosh, that's so beautiful. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here and share my story with you all. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So we're just gonna go from the beginning. Tell us what confidence means or feels for you, and how was it for you when you came to this country? Because I know from our other conversations that you did not feel that strong at the beginning when you moved from Mongolia. So what is the story?
Yeah, absolutely. So I will tell you about a little bit about what the confidence mean to me. So confidence mean to me is basically that, you know what are you doing. I mean, in order to be a confident, you have to have a courage to go after what you want it. And really, confidence is, I mean, I like to say confidence equal to action. You can't be confident without taking action. Oftentimes we think about like confidence, like you can be confident like that. No, you have to take many steps to get there. And so, and you can be confident, and it's possible for everyone. That's what I really see in all of people. So my story is kind of very strange, like you said. Well, for me, like as a growing up, I'm very passionate person. I love freedom, and I also used to watch American movies a lot growing up. Okay, like again, I'm from Mongolia, and what I see when I was watching these American movies is like the kids are so passionate about and so free to speech, and that's what I loved. And I didn't really have that growing up. And for a while, and that's what I really wanted. And after I moved to America at 23, I was, I was like, when I moved to America, I didn't even know English. All right, it's so funny. So in the beginning, like what I had to do is like I have to go to school and then also like have to work. It was just, like typical, like anyone, you have to work in American, expenses are very expensive, so you have to work. And fast forward 2 years, I learned the English pretty fast. And I was working, and also like I wanted to find my passion, but like I just really couldn't find what I really want to do, and at the time, of course, my English wasn't that perfect, but I was able to communicate with people, like, to say what I wanted. But I mean, my English was really kind of like, um, holding me back at the time. And I was just doing like a group coordinator in a hotel, and or even working in a like admin assistant. So I was doing a bunch of different jobs. That was in like back in San Francisco. And after that, like 2 years fast forward, like maybe I could be accountant because like there's not so much English involved, and I could be just fine with it. And then also I had a lot of pressure from the family. I have to like find something I wanted to do, and I have to make good money to live here in America, right? So and I started working in a small CPA firm. It was really fine at the time. And I was going to school and took a bunch of classes to qualify for the CPA because you need like 120 hours. And then I was like so like involved in it and studying so much. And in 2018, in March, I got qualified to take the exam, and I was so excited at the same time, so nervous for some reason. And I remember myself like when I was working in a small CPA firm, and it's just like literally in the box. Like in the box, I meant like a small room where we sit down and like sitting at the computer all day long. It was so boring, and I really like. I was asking myself, is this something what I really want to do? I don't think so. Like, and for a while, I just want to take a break because I don't know, like if I have to take the test, it's gonna take me a long time to pass all of the exams, but also like this is gonna be so big for me and I have to really make a decision. And I was so like I didn't know what to do, but I'm excited, but I'm nervous. Like, and for a while I was talking to a bunch of people, and from there I just realized that I just really couldn't see myself doing the rest of my life. And I just really didn't think that was my passion and purpose in life, when I already know that America is all about the freedom. It represents opportunities, and I know I can find it in deep inside, but I just didn't know how to find it. And I really wish at the time, like I wish that someone is there for me to help me to figure out what I really want to do. But I didn't have anybody at the time. I was feeling so stuck in my life. And until I embarked upon a journey of self-discovery, that's when I learned about myself, who I am and what I'm all about. And even more, I found my passion and purpose, which is a life coaching. As a typical Asian girl, also it's so hard to like go after follow your dream. It's not like that. You can't just do it. But like I was thinking about for a while, but throughout the journey, I had an amazing life coaches who really helped me to see my greatness and believe in me, and also like helping me to getting out of my own way because like I was so scared, right? And one thing I see in myself is like I have to go. I had the courage to go after what I wanted because like if I can make it happen, like I'm gonna show others to what's also possible for them. So in order to do so, I have to be first to take the action to go after follow my dream, so others can do that, right? So really like my mission was like I want to show others to what's possible for them. Like you can be Asian, you can be immigrant, you can be anybody, but you can still like follow and go after what you wanted. So that was for me, and that's why like I'm gonna go after for it. And now fast forward, it's been over a year and a half. I've been coaching and I love doing this, and I've been helping out so many people, and I'm so proud. Yeah.
And I need to stop you here because I want to go back a little bit before we're gonna talk further about your successes. But you said something important, I think, not only for people who are foreigners, who are immigrants in this country, but for everyone who feels like something is holding you back. And you said that it was the same for me. The culture was a big thing because I did not grow up in a culture when they say, like you mentioned, go after your dreams, everything is possible. So the self-confidence was not right there from the moment you were born. It's from what I hear. But also it doesn't need to be just the culture. You mentioned family. Your family can be, I say it in quotation marks, holding you back, because eventually the person who is holding you back, it's you, and it's what you mentioned. But when you don't have people who are supporting you all the way, it can take longer. And it's what I hear from your story. that you were not confident right away. You had to unleash it, and you had to let go of your family opinions about your life and how you're supposed to live, compare to what you really wanted. Is that true?
Oh my gosh, absolutely. Yes. It was really hard because like, as an Asian family, like we have like, the from the family we have I have a lot of like pressure from them. Like,
Yeah.
why don't you have a career? Or like, or are you making money? Like, and so much pressure. So I had to do something about it. That's why I become an accountant and pursuing a CPA. But and at the time, like I'm like, this is not what I wanted. I really want to find what I wanted. Like, I mean,
Mhm.
I love my family. I care about them, but I will only live once. I want to follow, and especially when you're living in America, it's too silly to just, like I feel like if I was just doing a CPA, and I feel like I would be regret, and I don't like that's the thing, like I don't want to live in the regret, like I want to unleash, and I'm young, and I think all of us have this like a passion, and we all deep inside, like we know like what we meant to living and doing, but we're just so scared of like what other families or friends, what other people's opinion so much that we forgot about ourselves and what we really wanted. And I remember myself, like I was like feeling. I remember like when I was stuck, like I didn't even know what I wanted to do. I couldn't even find it because I always listened to what other like I was like cared about what other think about me, and I forgot about myself. And again, like growing up, like I didn't really have much my voice neither, because like you can't speak to older people, like you can't do this, and I had a lot of rules in my family. You can't do this, you can't do that. I'm like, oh my gosh. And I think that's when I lost my voice. And for me, even after when I moved to America, like I still didn't have my own voice, and I didn't even know what I truly wanted. But I just have to look for it, and that's when like I was like very persistently like really looking for it, because deep inside I know there's something in there, and I couldn't find it, but like I just keep going and keep going and keep going, and until I find it. And throughout the journey, was I confident? No. I just had the courage to go after what I wanted. That's the thing. Yeah.
From what you are saying, and everyone, please write it down if you can. I hear that basically you had to unleash your limiting stories, your limiting beliefs about who you are. And most of the time, it was not even your version who you are, but your family, friends, and in your culture and my culture. Family is a very important and very powerful segment of your life. So sometimes you can feel overwhelmed with their expectations. But again, it doesn't need to be just a family. I know so many people in United States that they feel like they have to live certain life because of their friends' expectations, because of their coworkers' expectations.
Yeah.
And I'm so happy that you're sharing your story with us, because there's so many immigrants in this country, and I'm sure most of them don't have a voice. So can you tell us, how was your life back then when you didn't have a voice compared to what you do now? You are on Instagram, on Facebook, everywhere, helping others to find their voice, confidence, and self-esteem, I would even say.
Yeah. Yeah. Um, So, I mean, it was completely different. I mean, I feel like I transformed like all like constantly, all the time, all the time. Um, yeah, I mean, I don't know, like, for me again, like I was very like shy, timid, girl is what I remember. Like I didn't even know, like I didn't even know how to ask what I really wanted, and I'm always like I was really good at like people pleasing, like always say yes to everyone. Um and didn't even know, like I didn't even have my voice, and I didn't even know what I wanted, but like I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do doing. And it was just, and for a while, like you just kind of getting tired of it, and I mean, again, like what one thing I know for sure is like I have like a big passion and desire inside of me, and I really want to unleash that. And I'm just so sick and tired of being stuck in the mode and feeling so stuck. And like yeah, and I think one thing, like the most important thing that I see, that is you just have to look for it, you know. um and because like again, like for me, like I was like, I wish there's somebody who could help me to getting out of my own way and helping me to what I really wanted, I at the time, like I talked to a bunch of people, but like they're not, like they don't really understand what I'm talking about because they're not immigrants, you know what I mean, or they're
Yeah.
not, like it's, they can't relate to me as much. But like that's when I like I really wish that I had somebody who's there for me to listen to what I have to say, and that was to me very important. But I didn't give up just because someone didn't listen, someone didn't understand me, and I was just keep going. And that's when I like find this like amazing training. It's all about just kind of like self-discovery, really just learning about yourself, who you are, what are you meant to be doing. And that's when I see that, like that's when I even realized that I had this lot of story in my mind, that why I can't do the things that I wanted to do. And from there, like fast forward, like almost it's been 2 years, like I've been like overcoming all of my own challenges, all of my own like limiting beliefs and fears, right? So yeah, now like I think I what I do is like I just love talking to people. I think more you talk, you're getting like more you express yourself, like who you are, just being you. I think that's when you find your voice, yeah.
And what is the first step for towards finding yourself? Because I really loved your you saying, when I embrace myself, who I am and who I was meant to be, I started loving myself more than ever, and it's how I found confidence.
Yeah, okay, that's so funny. Okay, I will tell you this too. Like I also, like during the time, I remember I hated myself. I didn't really like myself at all. I used to do like self-sabotage. And it's just feeling sorry for myself. And there are a lot of things I was doing for myself. But like I think the first step what I did was number one, like you just gotta look for what you wanted, right? I think like I was just talking to people, like literally strangers or whoever. And then also like I was just, I mean, I guess that's how I found this training. And then I had this coach, I met this coach, and she's just so amazing. And yeah, and after a while I hired her because like she's just so amazing, and she listened to me, and she understand me, and she's just there for me. And she's also like coming from the place of non-judgmental, like she's just there for me. And so that to me a lot, because like I'm also like whenever I try to talk about or share my story, I'm always kind of afraid that people are gonna judge me. So now that I become a coach, like we just don't do that. And that's the amazing thing about coaching. I love coaching because like we like being there, done, then I know what it's like. So, and that's my first journey, like hired a coach. And even if it's expensive, who cares? Because like for me, like if I can find the confidence, if I can find my passion and purpose right now, I'm not, I will not be suffering for rest of my life. I mean, there are a lot of people could do wait, and then they kind of regret. And I've seen that a lot. I mean, like I'm not the first Mongolian person like who have been living in America. Like I or even a lot of immigrants that I've seen, they've been living here for a long time. And they are living in the same town, same story, and doing the same thing for a long time. And are they happy? I don't know. Maybe they're grateful because they're getting out of their country and living in America, but I don't think they are not fully, happy with like where they're living, what they're doing. For me, again, I learned English at 23, and I learned it within the 3 4 years. um And now, I'm a certified coach. So for me, I really believe that our mind is so powerful if we can use it. I was constantly learning and reading books and doing a bunch of things like to grow myself, and that's how I get where I am in my life. So for me, is again like the number one thing is I just don't want to regret my life, and by 40, 50, like, oh, I should have done this, like I don't want to do that. I just want to embrace it. Was it hard? It was really hard. But like I just don't want to give up, and if I can overcome everything right now, I will be very happy next 5 or 10 years. So that was to me the thing.
That is beautiful. No regrets. Wow. Especially you on a deathbed. Yeah. Like we have all life up flying up front of us. And then what? Regrets? No, we don't want it. But I want to highlight something what you said. And I think many people can relate. You said that many immigrants that are coming to this country, but basically they are living the same kind of life that they used to live. The only difference is that they don't probably suffer that much financially because they are making money. But other
Right.
than that, they are close in this little, their own culture, still surrounded with Asian people, Polish people, other people. But I can relate also to just other nations, like even Americans. We are living and working the same life every single day, and it's the same. We are just in the box that we created for ourselves, working 30 years in the same job, and then when layover comes, it's like, oh, how could they let me go? I dedicated my entire life to, or being in relationships that are not really working, but because we are together, let's just stay together without
Yeah.
any feeling. So I think that concept that you basically just told us about, that we have to leave what is known if we want to experience something different, for a little bit of uncertainty and a little bit of unknown. And I think you are a beautiful example how you moved from, oh my gosh, first of all, different country, you came here, you were totally strange to this culture, same with me, and you built basically yourself again. It's like phoenix, yes. You just rise up from your ashes and decided, like, well, it's not how I want my life to be, so I have to. And you mentioned that at the beginning, you took actions, and action is the most important. Without action, nothing is happening. I mean, after realizing and be getting aware of your stories, yeah, and how you keep yourself small in this life.
Yeah.
Before I ask you another question, I have Garlene saying, hi, good evening to both of you. She also says, confidence is the best medicine to gain a victory in life. Confidence entails endurance to a new level, definitely new level of life. And Joanna, my dear friend Joanna, I love you so much. Yes, beautiful ladies. Yes, we all are beautiful. Thank you. Thank you for joining us. Alfonso, hello. Good to see you again. So all these people out there, I'm sure they would like to know, how is life for you today?
100% different. Yeah. Well, now I live in Huntington Beach. I always like wanted to live by the beach, and that was to me like one of the thing, like, because again, like I mentioned earlier, like I want freedom, not only outside, also deep inside. Like I really want to feel this freedom, and that's to me very important. So my life is wonderful here. I have everything what I need. I have wonderful friends. My business is growing. It's only getting better, and the pandemic is the thing. I feel like this is the perfect time for a lot of us to really sit back and really what's going on in our life. I think like what I want to help with is like this is the time you should really consider yourself to take, sit back and think about yourself and how you want to live the life how you want to live this life, right? And if you can overcome, like if you can getting out of this pandemic from this surviving to thriving, so you can do anything. That's really what I see for everyone. Like I really want everyone to really focusing on themselves, either reading a book and doing something they love doing it, right? What I've been doing is I've been coaching a lot and meeting a lot of people, and running, like exercise and all of that, and reading books. So I think I don't see any challenges. But I know it's a very challenging time for a lot of us. So I'm very grateful for my life and for the people that I can support and help them. Yeah.
And I'm so grateful that we met and I could have you on my show. If you could share one book that maybe you are currently reading, or maybe your favorite from the past readings that you could recommend to our audience, as far as rising confidence and self-esteem, or unleashing confidence.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there's several books in my mind, and but the number one book, if you wanna read, if you wanna grow up, if you wanna be a better person, if you wanna achieve more in your life, so the book called Think and Grow Rich. So I have this like amazing version. I will show you all. Okay.
Napoleon Hill, yeah. Think and
Yeah,
Grow.
Napoleon
Yeah,
Hill.
yeah.
So I love this book.
Yeah,
Like
absolutely.
the nice version of it. So I read this like 3 times already, but I would never like every time when I read, it's like there's always something new I discover. So I really want to recommend, highly recommend to everyone to read this book.
Yes.
It's the best.
I love it. I love it. And if I can recommend from myself to you and everyone else there, what I'm reading now, and it's very also cybernetics, Maxwell Maltz. He states that confidence actually is just the opinions that we have about ourselves. He was a plastic surgeon, that he found out that his clients, the patients, they didn't really like the stuff about their nose, ears, about themselves on the outside, but the lack of confidence was coming from the inside, and the stories that they were telling themselves. So yes, Thinking and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill, and Cybernetics, Maxwell Maltz, it's what I recommend. So thank you so much. What would be your final message to everyone out there who are struggling? And it doesn't matter if you are immigrant or not, but maybe you're struggling with your self-esteem and confidence. How would you recommend them to start unleashing it?
In the beginning, when I started talking about confidence, I said action, right? So what I like to recommend or offer to you all is, if you want to be confident, like you said, I think that the guy that wrote the book, I think he's right, and the confidence really an opinion, really, but I think if you don't feel like you're already confident, so it's hard to like, what does that mean? I don't get it. The people get confused about that. I get it. But I think what you wanted to do is you just really want to take action. Like, what do you want to build up? Like, where in your area of your life you want to be confident, right? It's either dating, or it's either your career, it's either whatever that would be, or in
Right.
friendship. So I think you what you want to do is just take action, and like every step is really counts, and oftentimes we don't really every little step is counts, and we don't really count all the actions we are taking, and over the time it really it's really matter to you. For me, like I always start with the little things and just develop that. So don't give up, and life is just amazing, and life is too short to be not to be happy. So go after where you want it. And again, like I mentioned, like just do the things what you're supposed to do before the pandemic is over, and once the pandemic is over, you can be the amazing human being you want to be. I think that's the most important thing. So start working on yourself, guys.
Start working on yourself. Today is the best day. And Ichko, where we can find you, where people can connect with you more and find more about who you are and what you do.
Absolutely. So, well, I have a website. It's Ichko, my first and last name, ichkobatmunkh.com. And my Instagram, my Facebook, my LinkedIn, all of them are the same. It's Ichko Batmunkh. So you can find me anywhere. And if you have any questions, just DM me.
Yeah, she's on Instagram like every day. So she's awesome. Her messages are fascinating to me. So please reach out and see how she can help you to become better and get to know yourself better. And thank you so much, Ichko, first of all, for joining me. I hope to really connect more, and I hope you will be back to meaningful conversations, because there are so many topics that we could talk about. And my audience, my lovely people, thank you so much for joining me every Tuesday. And please share this message. If you hear anything that is touching you, and maybe you know someone who could get anything, some meaning from what we are talking about here, please share, like, and spread about meaningful conversations. You can find me also on YouTube, where now with StreamYard, I'm recording it live, but before I was just downloading. So you can find the messages from the bag, but also what we were just talking now. If you are watching it later, please leave #replay so I know that you are with us, and unleash your confidence, because like Ichko said, life is too short to be sad about that. And I want to leave you with this beautiful quote that I found when I was searching that topic. And it's by Alan Alda. You have to leave the city of your comfort and go into the wilderness of your intuition. What you will discover will be wonderful. What you will discover is yourself. And I think it's a beautiful just ending to what you were saying. We have to find ourselves to highlight it and embrace it in life. So again, thank you so very much for being here with me, and see you next time.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.